Hello to my beautiful fellow South Africans. I just want to wish you all a beautiful, happy Heritage Day. And may you celebrate this beautiful day with your friends, your family and your community. And never forget that we are proudly South African. No DNA, just RSA.
Hello everyone, welcome to GNU According to CD, that is Government of National Unity, not Mia LaRue saying no DNA, just RSA. I just love that part. I don't know, I've had this video for a while and every time the last part tickles me and I always have this permanent smile on my face. I don't know if you're a South African, if you've seen this video. It was dropped on the 24th of September 2024. As you already know, that is our national holiday, the Heritage Day. It's a very day that South Africans in our diversity, we come out in our traditional attires or whatever it is that you feel like today on Heritage Day, this is how I want to express myself, then you are able to express yourself. And by the way, South Africans are not the so-called woke. I'm talking now about the black community where a white person wants to wear, let's say, a Zulu attire, or a Xhosa person wants to wear a Afrikaner khaki, or maybe a Sotho who wants to wear a Venda attire. We're not going to come and call you cultural expropriation, black expropriation. No, we don't do that. We are South Africans. We are proudly South Africans. If a white person wants to wear a Zulu attire or a Xhosa attire, or a vendor wants to wear a Tsonga attire, hey, we are celebrating South Africa because we are proud of ourselves. So we are not going to go around pointing fingers and acting all like we really care, when in fact the person that is saying, oh, you are expropriating our culture, they've never worn their own tribal attire ever, but they are going around pointing fingers. We don't do that. That's not us. That's not us. We're proudly South African, just like Mia LaRue said in the last part of the video. No DNA, just RSA. That is who we are, proudly South Africans. And I see there are some, you know, green, white, and green. They always steal everything from South Africa. And now they are going around going like, oh, proudly green, white, and green. Like, since when? Because in order for you to be proudly green, white, and green, y'all need to be united. It starts with unity. You see the stuff that we have here? Yes, our unity has flaws, and we've always admitted that. We hold ourselves accountable, and those that exercises and go out of line, we bring them back to line. If they commit a crime while they are offline, we arrest them, prosecute them, and convict them. Yeah, that's what we do. So now there was a comment about how South Africa, you people, you're such hypocrites. You always preach that you are proudly diverse. Yes, that diversity that we talk about, we're not talking about anybody else coming from outside of our borders. We're talking about our diversity that you found in South Africa. That will be your colored people, your white people, your black people, and your Indian people. And I've said this before, that there actually have been South African Chinese, because back about 400 years ago, they too were taken from their country of China forcefully by the colonizers and brought to South Africa as slaves. Some did go back, some remained in South Africa. So yes, there are South African Chinese. It's just that they're too outstanding. And on top of that, very, very quiet in South Africa, which is why when you see a South African Chinese stands to contest for Miss South Africa, the entire world, even some South Africans will be like, a whole Chinese. If I go to China and I was born in China, I will. Okay, point taken. Point taken, because China is quite aggressive about its own culture.
Hundreds of years ago, the first Chinese came to the far-flung southern tip of the African continent. Most of them originally from southern China.
My parents is born in South Africa, and I'm also born in South Africa.
Where were you born?
34. So we didn't have the money to come into town to go to the school. So I went to the colored school, there where we lived in Alexander Township.
South Africans too have been getting to know China better. Chinese New Year has in recent years become an event for all South Africans. The most important cultural event on the social calendar for China. For Chinese who've lived in South Africa for generations.
We went to America and to Canada, but then he didn't like it. So he says, no, South Africa is his home, and we came back.
And for South Africans who are keen for closer contact with an ancient culture.
So now we are not going to be gaslighted by somebody who runs away from their country and forcefully want to be a citizen of a country they cowardly ran away to. And then they are comparing South Africa with New Zealand, Australia, Canada, UK, USA, and say, well, people that are coming from outside of those countries and then they take citizenship, they can run. Listen. South Africa has a right to self-determination. That's the first thing. Secondly, when we talk of our diversity, we're talking about us, the Rainbow Nation. Not you. You're not invited. You never were invited. However, if you are going to marry into us, in most cases, when a woman marries into the Rainbow Nation, we accept her. Because it so happened that one of our own proudly South African male decided to go and fall in love with somebody from outside. And all that we do is welcome them as long as they are going to integrate and become fully South African and become proudly South African, and they embrace our culture, our Rainbow Nation, as well as our self-determination. So you are not going to sit there in Canada and say, I am a Canadian, what? The fact that you are even admitting that you are a Canadian, what? No, that's not us. We are South Africans. South Africa is for South Africans, period. And if you feel like, oh, I'm loving this nation, we have no problem with that. But love us legally. Enter into our borders legally. Embrace our culture and our diversity. Then you are going to be warmly welcomed. And then you can go around as well and tell people you are proudly South African, because that is our identity. Our identity is not going to be diluted just because you are a coward that ran away from your country and now you want to impose yourself on our diversity. No, you were not there when we put this together. You were not there. So now you're not going to come and compare South Africa with other European countries that you ran away to. The same Europeans that you say, hey, you're South Africa, you're black South Africans. Yes, they are part of our diversity. 12 official languages we have in this country. That is called diversity. And we are not willing to have a 13th and a 14th and a 15th and a 16th and a 17th language. No, we're fine with 12. Because those are the people you are going to find inside South Africa. So don't compare us with the Kiwis. If the Kiwis want to have a lady that was born in the Philippines, naturalized as a New Zealander, and then contest for Miss New Zealand and win the contest, fine. That is their self-determination. But as South Africans, no. You need to be pure South African. Mom, dad, South African. Then you can enter Miss South Africa. That's how we are. That's how we do it. That's how we will always do it. You can try to come and dilute our blood, but what remains is that no DNA, just RSA. Get that through your thick skull, and then you'll be at peace. Don't have chest pains just because you want to be a South African, forcefully want to be a South African. No, you're going to have to do things the right way, legally. And once you have successfully legally entered our shores, then you need to be a proudly South African. But now and again, we'll remind you that, hey, hold on. You are not a South African just because you come from wherever you come from. You need to be a South African right here and part and parcel of our diversity, our rainbow nation. So please, stop comparing South Africa with any other country out there in the world. We are not them. We have our own sovereignty, we have our own identity, and we have our own description of who we are as a nation. Black, white, Indian, coloreds, and those South African Chinese. That's who we are, and proudly so. So accept it that in our diversity, a Miss South Africa can be a white person, a Miss South Africa can be a black person, a Miss South Africa can be an Indian person, a Miss South Africa can be a colored person. The Chinese community need to work on it. I'm talking about those that were born in this country and been in this country for the past 400 years. They need to make their own determination as to where they stand with the people of South Africa. In order for them, when they enter Miss South Africa, we'll be like, yeah, that's one of our own. She may look Asian, but she's one of our own because her roots are here for the past 400 years. And then you, because you are failing to fix your country, and then you want to come and impose yourself on us because we call ourselves diverse, and then you think that diversity includes you? Sure, ya jabula. Where were you? Where were you? You have no right to our diversity. We will invite you into it if we want to. And in most cases, it's the ladies that marry our South African men. Yeah. We're not going to have husband makotis in South Africa. Cannot. It's not African. We can't. Sorry. That's just how it is. So self-determination and sovereignty, you got to respect that. If South Africa says no, it's no. That's how we do things. Now, don't go now and trying to act clever and come up with examples. Those are their own sovereignties and their own determinations. Why you want to impose their determinations on us? We don't impose our determination on anybody else. We are focused on South Africa and South Africans and building this country together. And we'll continue to do so right before your eyes. You will always want to come here. Always. Oh, by the way, I just want to say thank you to the Green, White and Green for promoting South Africa more than ever. I was just listening to our tourism stats. Impressive. Absolutely impressive. So continue mentioning South Africa in your videos, because the more you do that, the more YouTube is going to promote South Africa. Somebody that hears you, Green, White and Green, say, South Africans are like this, South Africans are like that. Oh, South Africa is a small boy. And the people want those that never even thought of South Africa before. Then they go onto YouTube to see what you are talking about. And guess what YouTube does when it shows them videos? Our tourism spots, our development, our people, our culture. And it's attractive to them. And guess what they do? They book a flight and come to South Africa, not to Green, White and Green. So please continue promoting us, you guys. I love it. That is why I'm not going to say anything in your comment section. I will keep quiet because this is free promotion. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, you may be saying nasty things about us, but I look at the silver lining in all of that. Because I understand how algorithms work. Very much understand how the algorithms work. You yourself, you can even do it. Just type South Africa on the YouTube search bar. Or even on Instagram or TikTok. And you will see what you're going to be shown by the algorithm. The beauty of South Africa and its people. That is what you are promoting. Thank you, dummies. Anyways, guys, let's do this a bit later because I believe Mia LaRue is about to show us her evening gown, and I'm gonna bring it to you guys so that we can start voting for it. And let's see each other a little bit later. Hey, Green, White and Green, keep talking about us, please. Thank you. Bye.